What's up? I gotta fix that somehow. I keep screwing that up. I need to fix it. Hey Tommy, what's up, brother? Dude, I'm pumped. I'm excited because I was waiting for us to get to this point right here. What's up, Tommy? Oh, and we got my other brother over there, Low Spec, the Penguin, and he just finished streaming. What's up, brother? Tommy, appreciate you, my brother, for coming over here. Appreciate you guys. I was a little bit excited about this tonight because I knew we were gonna get to this point because this point, like I said on X, I said this point right here, and if everybody tell me how the microphone is because make sure it is. I made sure. Oh no! Wait! Default. It's okay. No. Okay, that should be better. Okay. StreamYards for the last 3 nights has been switching to my camera on my camera that I use sometimes. Yeah, not tonight. I want the comics to be the main focus and stuff. So if you guys can hear me, like, like that stuff, like, because I'm gonna do the sound effects, and I went through the stream last night, and there were points where it just frazzled out. So I'm hoping, and I hope I put the settings up right on this. 5x5. What do you mean by that, Low Spec? Squeak. Okay. Parrothead's like, what's up? Low Spec's like, what's up? Parrothead's there, squeak, Tommy. So, hey everybody, how are you doing today? Oh, and I also did this. Oh yeah, Tommy, dude, because somebody else did, dude. I got a hold of me on Discord and said, dude, you need to look at your stream from last night. And I said, why? And he said, because, dude, when you were getting to the climax of the book, when you were doing all the really cool sounds and, doing this, he said, dude, it screwed up your climax of the comic. So I was like, bro, I was kind of pissed about that. Oh, okay. Thank you. Low Spec, it's late. So yeah, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Strong and clear. So yeah. I wasn't thinking because I was like, I had to get all this done within a half an hour because Kay went to bed, and then, when Kay goes to bed, it's like, hey, it's YouTube time for me to jump on now, which people are freaking out that I actually have done stream 3 nights in a row now because nobody's ever seen me do this in like a year and a half. So, on my own channel, by the way, not on Joe's, not on John's, not on Pop Culture Minefield, like my own channel. The good, we know what the other one is all about politics, but this channel is about fun. It is totally about everything we love. So, dude, okay, so let's back. I'll answer this. I'm on, as you see, I'm on the free account. StreamYards took it away where you can only stream to one place at a time. I'm looking into this. You may see me either on StreamYards or another streaming program pretty soon, because I want to stream to Rumble and YouTube at the same time. So that's really hurting me because when they went to on the free account, they locked down all the other things that you had to pay for, and then they raised the price by like 50%. Yeah, dude, Tommy, that pissed me off. And what I was doing as a backup, and I did this whenever I streamed on YouTube, everything went over the Rumble, but they broke it for Rumble because they're afraid of Rumble as their other competition. Okay, like Lospec, Lospec, you may have to show me how to do that. Okay, because I've been going crazy how to I want to do Rumble and that. You may have to walk me through that because I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. People go, Jed knows everything. He's such a big mouth. No, I don't know everything. Okay, so Lospec, tell me in the future when I do that. And he said, just pass through OBS ingress. Okay. I was thinking about that too. But I also want to do YouTube because the Archivists started over here. So yeah, I have it. I don't know what to do with it yet because I've not messed with it whatsoever. Okay, Iron told me to get it. I got it, and the first screen popped up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what are all these buttons and everything? And so I was like, no, how am I going to figure this out? It was kind of daunting. I mean, and I'm a computer guy. I was born with a joystick in one hand and a comic book in the other. So I'm just, once I get to know things, you guys know this, I'll pick it up fast. But I just got to get through that trial period of figuring out. No, Parrot Head, that was my mom. Okay, you got me and my mom mixed up on that one. Okay. Okay. That's the reason why I have all those other stories on others' channel. They won't be, well, there's a few of them over here, but that was the early days before I was like, but yeah. So, okay, so I was anxious to do this tonight. Okay, so no. She just did both, because she was a groupie. So people are like, "How'd you meet all those people?" My mom was a roadie. Okay. So yeah, everybody knows the mom jokes. Culture, you've heard it from Culture, and you heard it on Comics Division stream. You heard it on Nick's stream. You heard it on, the Cocktail Lounge, and you even heard some of them on the Roadhouse. They've been passed around all over equally, So and Tommy's like, yeah, bro. Yeah. People are like, your mom can't be that bad. Yes, brother, she was. She was terrible. But we're not here for that right now. We're here for comic books right now. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do a rehash in case some people weren't here and other people's need a refresh. See, I was already on the ball right now today. I was on the ball. Look, boom! I already have the page up. Remember the last 2 nights? Because I had to get my streaming legs back because I've been just slumming it over with Joe and not having to do anything. Okay, like Joe takes care of everything, and all I do is just mouth off on Joe's stream. Well, yeah, I had to figure how to stream, and let me put this. The first night I did, oh, do you mean balls? Yeah, that okay. So I'm gonna put this into context. Hello, Vengeful. Hey, man, what's up? It's okay. So everybody knows I always had to. I always had somebody along with me to last 5 or 6 years. There's always been Retro is there. Joe's been there. Iron, somebody. That stream I did, was it? This is the third stream. Second stream, third stream. It's the second strike, but the third stream. That stream I did the other night was my first time ever on YouTube by myself. I was always scared. I was always scared of doing a stream by myself. Like, seriously, because I had nobody to bounce off to. If you go back to one of the Roadhouses where nobody came for an hour, you hear me go, just word vomit. because I couldn't. And if you go in my other channel, Roadhouse is over there, but Roadhouse is another whole thing altogether, and that will come back at some point. I'm just focusing on the Archivists because I'm having more fun over here right now. And thank you for coming over. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys, and don't forget to hit that like button down there. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I did, because I got told the other night, why don't you have a tip thing up? And I was like, because I don't think about that. I just like having fun and stuff. But he goes, my brother, if somebody wants to give you a tip, you need to have a tip thing up there just in case. Okay? And I was like, okay. So for the last 2 nights, I've made sure that I've had that up there. So, so it was, where is it? Yeah, it's this right here. So I used to have it up all the time when I was like, when we did the Archivists back in the day, but it was like, yeah, it's yeah. So, hi Kirk, how went? Okay, so I'm getting back to used to like redoing things all over by myself again. Like I mean, we did it on the Roadhouse for a little bit, but there was always somebody coming in there to save me. This time, the last 3 nights have been myself for the first time ever, so I'm kind of proud of that achievement. So, okay. So here we go. Let me do this to the full screen so people can see this. Okay, let me go to the other screen. Okay, so we've already gone through 3 issues. Wait, yeah, 3 issues. We've done 3 nights or 3 Tuesday. Yeah, that. So, okay, so this is a rehash of because I know there are some people that didn't see the other 2 or whatever. So we're like, I'm gonna do a summation or whatever that was. I'm that word sometimes, especially late at night. This is a rehash of what went on. So, Brainiac's ship attacks Metropolis as Superman and Earth's mightiest heroes confront the invasion. I know. I need to. Because I need to put more stuff in there. I need to have "You can do it" with the Rob Schneider thing. Yeah, I need to put that in there because I went through my media assets and all I have in here is just Roadhouse stuff. Well, yeah, basically, because I have the if you can dodge a wrench, never go full the other word that YouTube's got on people for everybody, and then the Billy Madison, everybody in this room is stupid, that one. I'm skidding. How would you say I'm trying to be good over here because the Archivist is my baby and I don't want this one destroyed. I've already destroyed the other channel. Okay. They literally took up my streaming rights away for about a week or so. So yeah, I love doing stuff over here. So where we go at? I need to. Okay, I need to put that white back there. Okay, we need to put this right there. Okay. So, Brainiac's ship attacks Metropolis as the Superman and Earth's mightiest heroes confront the invasion. They learn that Brainiac has control of World, drag out Maxima and Supergirl. Yeah, that ain't good, bro. That ain't good. That ain't good. Panic in the Sky First Strike. This was the cover that I put up for that. Okay. Academist Labs Dovex is the first since of Brainiac's presence near the Earth. Kent and somebody didn't put Kent and he should put Lane. He should just put Lois and Clark were having like somebody who did this. And I'm the one pointing out mistakes, and I'm a bad speller, and I write terrible, and I'm pointing out the mistakes. That's really bad. When suddenly a loud explosion shakes the city, Brainiac has sent forth his dreaded headship to destroy the city.
Superman comes out to attack the head ship, but it senses his presence, blasts him away with a particle beam. Professor Hamilton knows that Superman will need help, so he dresses up, goes to Star Labs, and gathers machinery. He meets Bibble and Jimmy on his way. Jimmy is gearing up to share his rare pictures to the Daily Planet to get back his job, because at this time, Jimmy was at the bottom rung. Jimmy wasn't... The 90s were awesome, but they were trying some different things, and I actually like Jimmy trying to get all his confidence and everything back, man. Meanwhile, the head ship is causing massive destruction throughout the city. Superman takes his only chance to get inside the ship and disable it. He blasts the side of the ship and gets inside, but is immediately attacked by a horde of robots, and it was like the Flesher cartoon. Yes! Hooked on Phonics worked for me! Like, dude, you guys remember that? The Hooked on Phonics commercial all the time? Like, Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street, Reading Rainbow. So, yes, it worked for me. Although I didn't do it. I was reading at like a 5th grade level and like 1st grade or higher than that. I was the only one able to go into the whole library at my school. I know. Well, we do have a good penguin in here that is on our side. We have this one. He is a good penguin. He is on our side. So, he's a good penguin. So, like he said, beware of penguins, but that one is good. A freaking elephant. Yeah. African elephant. The Jetsa Stone can work for you too. Oh, yes, it can. You can have Geordie Lafarge, read a Rainy Rainbow for you, Yeah. Reading Rainbow. I better not sing it, because I got copyrighted for singing the Reading Rainbow song before, so they hit me with a copyright claim one time. I was like, oh boy. I was like, I didn't even play it. I was just singing it. It was on the Archivists, because we're like, yeah, Reading Rainbow. Like, and I sung like half the song. And they're like, and I went to Retro, and I told Ash and them, and I'm like, dude, they just hit me for copyright singing Reading Rainbow song. And this was like years ago. He's like, bro, that's messed up. And thank you for everybody that's coming in. I appreciate you guys. I know it's late, like I said last night, but this is like one of the only times I can stream is at night. So, so he goes in there. The main ship is caught, and these robots look like the Flesher cartoons, the Flesher Superman cartoons. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and I did it, if you want to go back, I did a public domain thing. See it? Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep up on that stuff. Yeah, I know that. Like Tommy. And Tommy's one that knows, too. Tommy has had some problems over the years with a certain place, too, so. So. Yeah, dude, keep up on that stuff. Yeah. There's so many stuff that in next year, I'm going to say this, next year is going to be a really good public domain year too. Like every year since this year and last year, and I'm not going to say this, but cuz I know a certain corporation that starts with a D has been striking people that actually say things that things are going into public domain. But yeah, each and every year, more of their stuff is going into the public domain. So, just saying. Okay, so he gets him, deals in the center chamber, and only find it empty. Elsewhere, Gangbuster shows up inside a school and saves the children before... Gangbuster's awesome, man. I'm just saying this. Saves the children before they're crushed under fallen debris. Like I said, one time, Superman posed as Gangbuster, and nobody knew that was him because he was helping Gangbuster out because he got hurt. But Superman is suddenly attacked with a psionic wave from Brainiac. He is almost down on his knees with a telepathic help from Deblex and amplified sound from Bebo. Dude, the power of friendship, my brothers and sisters. Right there. Yeah, all certain versions of that stuff too, Parrot Head. Yeah. Like the only version is the one with a mouse, on a steamboat, So Bibbo is able to overcome the assault. He comes out, tosses the headship into the ocean. He reuses a telepathic warning for Brainiac, who threatens to conquer the Earth. Brainiac has recruited Maxima, Matrix, and Draga to stand against our heroes. Like, dude, and I'm going to just say this. She went from Brainiac to Lex. What was her bloody problem? What was her problem? That's like going, like, from an abusive ex to a bigger abusive, like, boyfriend or something. I'm just saying. So, okay, let me see. Before I found some, because I was looking up some stuff before we get into the story, because it really goes. There was an introduction that I wanted to read about this that I thought people would like. Let's write Roger Stern. Roger Stern's cool. I got to meet him a bunch of times, hang with him at conventions and stuff. And he signed all my Death and Return of Superman and all that other stuff. He goes, Panic in the Sky. And it gives some history to Panic in the Sky, too. So, wow, what a story. Out in space, there's a big menace on its way out to Earth. And I mean big. It's an asteroid that's maybe 5 miles in diameter. It's on a collision course with our world. We're facing maximum geophysical upheaval and a possibility of global extinction. Needless to say, the good people of Metropolis are scared out of their wits. I need to get rid of that right there so I don't get confused. Needless to say, that's when Superman steps in. He soars off the display to deflect the asteroid, but the impact knocks him senseless. And excuse me? Oh, well, of course. I know what I'm talking about. I bet I've seen Panic in the Sky at least a dozen times. So, Panic in the Sky was an original one that was on right here, and I'll show you too. Tommy Carr, Jackson Gills featured my favorite Clark Kent, George Reeves. George Reeves was awesome. R.I.P. Like, he's one. No Neil. Lois Lane. Jack Larson. Awesome Jimmy Olsen. And Jack Hamilton and Perry White. One of the old black and white episodes from the second season of Adventures of Superman. Dude, that was awesome. I love that. It was... Every single time I still see that, it gives me chills to watch that. And then you go and read the comic, and they just updated it a little bit. I mean, it was the start of the 90s. So we got something good. We have the 50s version of, Superman and stuff, and then we have this version right here, So, okay, there we go. That works. I'm getting used to working all the controls and stuff again. You mean we're not talking about the television series? I'm supposed to be introducing Panic in the Sky story that we produced for the comics? Oh, sorry. We better start over. He's really funny and stuff. Like, 90s Superman was just top tier. I love it. The story within these pages represents a collaborated effect on the part of over a dozen people scattered across the United States and Canada. It originally saw print in 7.5 issues of 4 monthly Superman titles. For those of you who are new to comic books who may be returning to comics after an absence of a year, let me explain how this works. And for you cynical types who think we know everything there is to know about comics, keep reading anyway. We might just surprise you. Okay. There are 4 monthly comic book titles that star Superman. Superman Man of Steel, Superman Adventures of Superman, and Action Comics, with one being published virtually every week. They still do that to a point, but the stories are just so bad. Kind of like the MJ and Spidey thing that they messed up. At least Clark is with Lois in DC. We don't have MJ and Spidey in Marvel. They don't want to do that. If Jimmy Olsen should break his arm and say Adventures of Superman, then next week we may see him getting his arm set in Action Comics. This is why I love the 90s. They kept everything. Everything had a good consistency. If one book went from one book, and that's the reason why you had the little pyramid, because it would tell you everything that you needed to know. Okay, is this book 3? Okay, I gotta wait till book 4 to see what's going on. So that's the one thing I loved about this. If he should appear the following week in Superman and Man of Steel, you can bet he'll be supporting a cast on that arm. In the following week, oh, you get the picture. This cross-fertilization of storylines goes far beyond imagining and running subplots, of course. 2 or 3 times a year, we'll produce a multi-part story, which they don't do that no more because there's idiots over at DC. So, just saying. And this was the 90s, and it was awesome. R.I.P. Like, 80s and 90s, because those are the best we're ever going to get. Just saying. Panic in the Sky was one of those stories. How do we do it? How we do a dozen or more creators spread out over 100 miles of continent managed to coordinate nearly 100 pages of story and art every month? Well, it isn't easy. I suspect we all run up some pretty impressive phone bills. This was before we had the ones we have now, but we still had those thick brick cell phones that you can knock a person over the head and knock them out with. So... Mike Carlin, who send us all copies of each other's work in progress and keep us appraised of who and what or when. The one thing that has been the biggest aid to our work has been the Super Summit. In order to maintain consistency and cohesiveness of Superman's corner of the universe, which they don't do anymore, and they screwed up, and they need to go back to this. Just saying. The powers of DC graciously bring in the various sundry creators together once or twice a year that we all come to call Super Summit meetings. During said meetings, we gather in a seclusive, awful windowless room where nobody gets a tan. I've actually seen pictures. They're in there for like days, and by the time they come out, they're like look like they're white, like Irish white. Okay, like I can say that because I am Irish. If people see me, like when I go to YouTube meetups and stuff, like if it's not the sunny season and we still have winter out here, because I go out here, but I don't go out that much in the sun. I go out and walk my dog and other things. But yeah, it's I only get like my skin doesn't go from Irish white to only in the summer. Because I like going out and Arizona's an awesome place. That said, dirty and often went into this room 3 to table with merciful breaks in food and sleep, of course. Our hero may be superhuman, but we are all just still mortal men and women. Just about anything goes in these sessions, and with writers and artists tossing in their ideas to what sort of dilemmas Superman and his friends maintain and his enemies should encounter next, or a fearless editor and his able assistant try to maintain some semblance of order. I don't think we'll be giving away any trade secrets if I reveal that, or their meetings would get a little wacky, even though I never could say his name. He's Bogdanova. Even when I met him, I fumbled his name, and he goes, "Dude, it's okay. Everybody fumbles my name." Like he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "So I'm not the only one?" He's like, "Yes, you're not the only one." Somehow, amid all the wrangling and rampant silliness, something amazing happens. One creator will suggest something that strikes another's fancy. A third will build upon that. This is called story building. Disney needs, I'm just going to say, Disney needs to learn this. Relearn this in a way. Like, I will say, DC, Marvel, and Disney all need to relearn this, okay? They need to go back in time and, like, read things from back in those days instead of, like, putting out all the filter, you know, things I can't say right now, because if I was on the other channel, oh yeah, you get an earful. It's an amazing process and an exciting one. By the end, one of these plotting marathons, even the youngest and most energetic of our lot start to feel their brains oozing out of their ears. Still, we never failed to come up with a year or more's worth of story ideas, which brings us back to Panic in the Sky, which is my favorite Superman story of all time. Panic grew in part out of our desire to take advantage of two Superman's interstellar adversaries. Yeah, use the tongue. Hooked on phonics works for me. Okay. I know, but you Parrot Head, you know what I mean, dude. They need to go back and relearn everything that is, you know what I mean, dude. Right? I do remember all the means of where we nailed down the outline for the store. Oh wait, I skipped a whole line. Oh yeah, okay. And also to bring the climax in Question of Honor by a third Draga, which, bro. We also wanted to bring the shape-shifting Matrix back from her self-imposed island space. That was awesome, and that was also when that was the first time Clark ever killed anybody as Superman. So, you know, only time ever. He's never hasn't done that since then. And reestablished both her identity as Supergirl and her credentials as a member in good stead in the Superman cast. Yeah, what they did here was awesome. But beyond that, we want to present a rip-roaring adventure that would really put Superman's powers and abilities to the test. Showing once again why he is premier. Dude, I'm just going to say this right now. DC, please, if you come across this, go back and read what you guys have said in the past. Please go back and read this. What does it say? Really put Superman in powers, showing once again why he is Earth's premier superhero, and in the process, a ring of godly number of DC's other superstars for a face-off against thousands of alien hordes. Go back, read this. Go read Panic in the Sky. Get back the love and joy you guys had back then. You know? Because if not, Ripperverse is going to tear you guys apart. Just saying. And then there's going to be Ripper and then other people taking over from you guys because you guys are dropping the ball. Marvel and DC. Just saying. I don't remember all the details of the meeting we nailed down into the outline for the story, but I do recall how everybody's lives lit up when somebody suggested what become of our title. You see, I was the only one who grew up watching the Adventures of Superman on TV, which is awesome. Love that show. Panic in the Sky. Hey, what else would you call a Superman story featuring a big menace from space and it's on its way to Earth? So, I just love that. And I love that he did that, and then down there is the other stuff. So, here is the cover to this one. I love this cover because it was the first cover that we get to see who's on Team Superman. What's up? Okay, let me get rid of that so I don't get confused. I have to shut some of these down. Dude, we got Shazam, not fucking Captain Marvel, Shazam. Sorry, I cussed right there. I don't know. We got my boy right there. We got the Guardian, we got Bruce, we got Deathstroke, Aquaman, you know. So you had a team, and this is not everybody that was on the team on his strike team either. But it's just he called in the squad. People that like, I always joke. I was like, okay, Iron Aquaman, really, dude? You couldn't call in like some of the others, but you do see them later on in the story. It's not just who's on this cover. So, who's on first? I know, right, Perry? I still, even though he was in his original outfit back then too. So this is second strike, and like I said, you knew what chronological order they were in, because I used to love the pyramid system, because that was a smart system. It told you, hey, if this is 10, I'm missing 9 other issues for the start. And they did it for the start of each year. So that's the reason why you see the 1992 right here. This was the 10th episode of 1992. The 10th book for 1992. So you didn't read, like, if you like, I found this is an awesome cover. Dude, I'm missing 9 other issues. That's the only way you could figure it out. Or you had to go through like some comic book guide, or okay, some people don't know. We had Wizard that would put inflated prices on purpose so they could sell Wizard magazines and other comics, and like, hey, this comic is like $150, and you go to the comic store and people are like, dude, this is only like $20, man. What are you talking about? Like, I worked at comic stores for like 20-something years. I started as an intern at my other comic store when I was 16. But besides that, I was just like, I was in the comic store from the time I could walk to 16, and then when I became a legal adult, I started working at them for real. So, and it wasn't until like 2000 something that I just, a lot of the comic stores were shutting down. Dude, most of all the comic stores that I've worked at down here in Arizona, they're all gone. There's only a few left, and the one that I grew up at, that's gone. A certain beer bug took that out, along with another place that I used to hang out at. Both gone. My teenage years, my kid years, my adult years, my young adult, wiped it out. So that's one thing that I get angry about. Okay, so here we go. Let's hope I can do the voices better this night, because I've had, 2 nights to get... Dude, I was on fire last night. I was so angry that it didn't come out last night, that when I did the shocking thing at the end, he's like, dude, you would have killed it if your mic wouldn't have like messed up. I was like, yeah, I know, man, that sucks. So I was just like, the 90s, the game I've been... Yeah, dude, I love that game, Lil Spat. That game is awesome. I beat it several times. You're legit playing all the games I used to play. And if you don't like... Okay, let me see this, Lil Spec. Oh, Lil Spec. Put your channel in there for me. Because you have a wrench. I want to do... Low Spec, you can have the, thing of the night. Low Spec does awesome stuff. So, he's my shout out for the night, is Low Spec. Yeah, dude, I understand. Yeah, when you get your thing, put your channels and stuff in there, so people know where to go get you, okay? Because I gave you a wrench, so. Yeah, at first you don't succeed, try again. I know, and it's ridiculous. You cut. Wait, did you rage quit? Yeah, they're nuts. Well, put that in there. Let me see. I gotta go on. Let me see. Let me do this real fast. Let me do this real fast. Okay. So, my homie Low Spec right here. This is his X page. Okay. If you go down here, Hope you don't have anything that's bad on there. Yeah, sometimes we get rowdy on X. So yeah, so let me say that. Yeah, low spec. There's his thing. He just put it in there. Go to low spec right there, and then go to his X if you guys want to follow him on his X. Okay. Dude, he's awesome. And here is his X. So you're my my shout out for the night. I done Snow Dove, Comics Dad. You're for the one for the night, brother. So, and don't forget to go to his thing and subscribe. Go. He does awesome stuff that I would love. Okay. That I've actually played. So this is Low Spec. Low Spec is awesome. He's a brother. So okay, let's go back to this. Okay, let me. What was it? Tommy said I've been at it for almost 6 years. YouTube hates me, dude. I ain't gonna tell you this. I think they shadow banned my other channel because when I talk, especially in, Welcome for the Rebellion in the morning. That's Jay, Drunk 3PO thing. If you guys don't know that. Oh yeah, and but I don't know if I could put that one up there. I'm shocked. Oh, I know why you were able to put that in chat, Spec. Because you're a mod. Mods can basically do anything, but if I put that up there, and because I was talking to some of the other guys, yeah, he has a channel on Rumble. If you see it in the chat, please go do it. I can't put that up there because they're getting mad at people putting Rumble links up on their streams. And he does a Saturday's Japanese music show on Rumble too. So they're getting mad at people like that. So you can hardly even talk about that now. Yeah. Oh, dude, Tommy, during the bear bug, they hated me. They hated me and the other guys. So you know what I'm talking about. You were around. You saw what they did to us. So so let me see this. So go over to Low Spec. He has all the links in chat right there for you. Okay, let me see. Do I have this in the proper thing? No, I don't want to do that. I want to go over there. Okay, so we do this right there. That's what's funny. But I got told, he goes, dude, kind of chill on the the that kind of stuff, So because and that, yeah. I've seen him handicap. Yeah, Tommy, me and you on my other channel, we're one of them over there. That's because I don't talk about politics over here. I just talk about pop culture. I think that's the reason why they handicap that channel. I talk about comics and video games and everything else. I don't go into politics on here. I never have. So yeah, that's the reason why I think this channel is still standing, because we don't do the stuff on here that we do over there. So yeah, trust me, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, and low spec, that's weird because, dude, anytime I literally got kicked off one time for putting up a Rumble link. I put it up there and then boom, the stream was down. Literally. And I was just like, what is going on? So another thing they don't like is if you talk about our current president too. I'm not going to say his name because, yeah. So, okay, so to the comic. Okay, let me take a drink here. I gotta take a drink. I brought water and everything. After last night, I was like, oh, dude, I gotta get this. Okay. Okay, we ready? I don't have good. Okay, I'm good. Okay. To the most, the universe is an unmeasurably vast reach of infinite wonder. To me, is it as familiar as the back of my hand. I sound like Shatner right now. Dude, that's not somebody, to me, the birth of the star is cause for a celebration. The death of a sun that once warmed populated planets is cause for sorrow. If an asteroid field changes course of it, I am wary. If something terrible happens, something tragic happens, it becomes a day of concern. Today is such a day. An event so heinous, so potentially devastating that has occurred, that even I am struck with fear. Dude, I think he would talk like Shatner. Metron would talk like Shatner. Like, I always thought that. If he was doing it, I always thought he would talk like Shatner, like Kirk. Like, because he's kind of yeah. So this is screwed up right here, right? This is messed up because she said that she would go with him and then, he goes and wipes out her planet. Like, yeah. She bowed down and said, I will work for you. And then he goes and takes out her planet. Warworld has vision. I can never say this. Yeah, that. And annihilated a powerful and advanced society. I'm Metron. And even I now recognize that the universe as I know it is doomed. And look at all the people. Hey, it's just... And I'm going to say this. I love all of the artwork in this series. You just look at this. It's so detailed. Like I said last night in the parts with Superman, what we were showing, they even had Easter eggs when they were doing the things last night. So Dan Jurgens, designer shaper, Brett Breeden, foreman, John Costa, data, Glenn Whitmore, Hughes, Dan Forsman, navigator, Mike Carlin, architect, and the two brothers that created Superman, Siegel and Schuster. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Okay. Though I haven't witnessed nothing, I am certain Warworld caused this. I can still feel its raw power still surging through. Smell its disregard for life and Onrak's smoldering cities. But there is one course all populated planets that line a path must be worn. And only I hope that when I did that, because when I did the stream last night, did that sound clear? Hopefully that sound clear and everything. I want to just make sure, because last night when I did that, I was put on a good performance and it sounded bad. Like when I would do a scream or a grunt or like put some sound effects in, I was like, it was so bad last night. I was so angry with that. I'm like, learn from this lesson. So, my head, afire as though it is a psychic attack, but who? Brainiac. I had destroyed Amarak's capability to communicate with any other world, until you came, that is. Now Warworld is mine to command. Like, I thought Brainiac would have, okay, thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it, brother. I think Brainiac would have, a smarmy, because he's got that mustache. A smarmy voice, because he was robotic in his robotic form, but then when he got his human form, which is thank to Lex Luthor. Thank Lex for that. So. And so you are too. Your fabulous intellect, Mr. Metron, shall be a tremendous asset to my army. I have to do something. My warning must be heard. The mobilist chairs. Let us sound the alarm. Your transported abandons you to your fate. A fate you cannot escape. As for a captive of Warworld, I can allow you to warn you no one, sir. Collect the strange Metron for me, Supergirl. Like the rest of you, he will prove indispensable. Okay, I gotta get in my Clark voice here. My Superman voice. Because I either go with Bud Aldrin when he did the deep, the deep one and stuff. Okay. So. Oh no, that's Catman. That's Neelix. I go. He goes. He has a more like placid tone. I never thought I would see Project Catamus like this, Superman. This facility is buried so far beneath the surface. I thought it could withstand anything. Anything except an onslaught from Baniac's starship, that is. And then, like, the Guardian kind of sounds like Superman, but he doesn't, and it's a different pitch. Like, if Brainiac really intends to attack with the war world you told us about, this mess is nothing. I fear you are correct, Guardian. So what do? Sit here and wait for the jerk to come in and cream us? Hey, what's that? Looks like sun's materializing in our midst. This could be another attack. I think not. He kind of sounds like the dude off the black kid that was in the wheelchair that was crippled on what was that? And it was funny. It was a show about Malcolm in the Middle. That's Malcolm in the Middle. I think not. It appears to have a chair that is a very complex one. Yes, I can sense the presence of its owner. This so-called Morbius chair belongs to a being known as Metron of the New Gods. This chair is free to travel through space and time and dimension, as ruled by its master. Metron ordered you to seek it out, Superman, after he was subjected by Brainiac. That madman is everywhere! What's this? Another message from old Brainy? Now we got some of the other new gods, like, coming in. I did, and they're all voices kind of blend in a little bit. It's just like, Mother Box's wonders of our friend's Pierrot. She guided us here for answers, and then Orion's like, speak now, Superman, or face the wrath of Orion, son of Darkseid. He's got a graggly voice, but not as bad as Drago. Like, Drago's like, calm down, calm down a minute, guys. We're just putting this puzzle together ourselves. Let me do this. Okay. We don't care about your puzzles. Where's Metron? We done to see him immediately. Easier said than done, Light Ray. Who or what is this Mother Box, Light Ray? And how did you find this place? Isn't there a more secure location on Earth? Mother Box is living in a computer used by the gods of New Genesis. She watches over its guidance. She protects us. She sent us here to Metron. Enough talk. I say we tear this place apart to find him. He's not here. His chair may have materialized a few seconds ago, but we suspect your friend was captured by Warworld. The chair, Metron, separated? Inconceivable. Princess Bride, little thing right there. Yeah. Inconceivable. Love that movie. The chair and Metron separated? Inconceivable. Warworld, even Darkseid shudders at its mention. Indeed, High Father himself is feared. Warworld's limitless might. Because Light Ray is like a really good goody two-shoes. So he would have Limitless might someday be unleashed by New Genesis. We go to Warworld now to fight for Metron's freedom. No, not yet. It's headed this way. We need a plan. We need a scheme to be effective. Bah! A waste of time. Force is all that Warworld understands. In this sense, Orion is correct. If Metron still lives, then we haven't the time to plan and organize assault. Be aware, soldiers of Warworld. Today you fight your last. Farewell. I have to catch them. Tell them about Brainiac. We need to know why the Morbius chair sought me out. Did Brainiac send it to me? Okay. Did Brainiac send it as a warning? They're gone without a trace. Maybe they used one of those crazy boom tubes, and if that's the case, who am I to stop them anyway? Like, when Clark's talking in his head, his voice goes down a little bit. Kind of like he's Clark. He has his, like, because we all know Clark's his real identity. He's just doing Superman so he can do all the good in the world. Because, Metron is their friend. Maybe they'll just succeed. If anybody else is capable, there they are. Still, I should feel like there'd be Brainiac my fight. If only they would travel the great gulfs of space, because he's got to change his voice between Clark and Superman, remember? Dude, Christopher Reeves did it perfect. He's like, hey, Lois. Yeah, how, maybe you gonna want to go get some coffee or something? I'm like, and then, Miss Lane, I wanted to, takes his glass off. He goes, hey, Lois, I want something to tell you. And she's like, what, Clark? And then, his posture straightens up as his glasses come off and everything. And he goes, you hear him talk in the Superman voice for a second, and then he thinks about it, smiles, and he goes, oh, no, nothing, Lois. I'm just, I thought I'd say, yeah, it's okay, Lois. I'm saying, oh, Clark, why won't you ever do the, dude, they were just so odd. I love Superman 1, the original Superman movie, and Superman 2. That was especially when they were on the honeymoon, and she just, hey, Lois. He doesn't use that voice, but he's so used. He kind of uses his Clark. And he does do this. He goes, hey, Lois, I was surprised to see you at home. With an alien invasion imminent, I hurriedly planned to spend the day shopping. I can't do a girl voice, okay? I tried to do it like this, and I was like, that ain't Lois. Like, is that war things still headed this way? Yeah, and all we do is plan our defense and meet them head on. If we had the capabilities of Green Lantern, we might go on the defense, but she's like, nonsense. Clark, you once spent months in space. If there is a job to be done out there, more than capable. Okay, now, that goes back to, that might be the 80s and stuff. Late 80s. Oh, yeah, dude. Well, 4 I couldn't stomach. Okay, the only reason why I stomached 3, 1 man, well, 2 man. We had Christopher Reeve and Richard Pryor. That's the only reason why I stomached. And then we did have Lex in there. R.I.P., brother. Because he passed away recently. So, but yeah. 3, I can stomach. I can stomach 3. But 4 and the quest, no, that was terrible. That was just terrible. He's like, maybe so. Okay, so now we're back to Orion. Where is Metron? Free him or die. Easy, Orion. These are just soldiers following orders. Our wrath should be directed toward the man Superman spoke of. Brainiac. Your comrades fight well, Metron. What a shame that Superman hasn't the courage to fight his own battles, though. Perhaps I will do more to prove my might. What do you suppose Superman will think when he sees how easily my warriors have defeated his? What? Somebody dares grab me from behind? Bro, it was Maxima. Ugh! For all your strength and brawn, Orion, you can't possibly withstand a psychic assault. Pain! So intense! So! You are an enemy of Master Brainiac, and therefore you're an enemy of mine. Like, yeah. I glow with pride at your victorious showing in my soldiers. Superman of Earth has allowed underlings to take on a task that is rightfully his, and their efforts have ended in failure. What is good is our victory, even if it goes unnoticed on Earth. Superman, Are you right? See, and I do this. They're at home right now, right? She later on in but back in the series and later on. That's what's weird is on here. She always call him Clark, just like in the TV show. You would always call him Clark or Smallville. Son. She never said Superman. The only time she said Superman is when they're out in public, legitly. So, and even in comics. Ugh! Exploding! Somebody's reaching into my mind. Indeed, I wish to show you the results of your efforts, coward. Your warriors have been duly defeated. Sin more and the result will be the same. If you want me, come and get me. Oh my god. What's wrong? It's just not Brainiacs and Maxima on his team. I let Orion and Light Ray go off to do a job that I should have done. I was too passive. From now on, I'm taking the fight to Warworld, even if I have to assemble my own army to do it. And when he said that, oh, Lospec, good night, brother. Have a good night, brother. When he said this, and you actually see the cover, Clark wasn't going to mess around, man. He wasn't. Clark wasn't going to mess around. So, unfortunately, the army needs the means to win. And not many of us here on Earth can survive in space without preparation. The supply list would be almost endless. Equipment for transport, communications, life support, we all need it all. If Star Labs haven't been destroyed by Monarch, which I may do that one because it was okay. So this was after you found out that there was all it was just huge. And then you find out that Homeboy from was it Hawkendove or something? Yeah. Was the whole reason behind all the crap. And, it was I was like, ah. So, but that's not an option. I need a brilliant mind, and I need it fast. I need Professor Hamilton. I need help. Good golly, Superman. You do show up at the oddest of times. Hamill is I love him. He's so awesome, especially in the comics. Warworld is still on the way. Before it gets here, I want to lead a task force into space to stop it. I need suitable equipment, fast. That is one tall order, Superman. One I can't possibly accomplish there alone. There's only one place in the world can do that, and that's LexCorp. I keep running to Luthor. So, and this is back when bro had the mullet, when Aquaman had his mullet too. Clark was gonna get his mullet later on, after he comes back and whoops, he takes care of business after he comes back from, just dying. Well, he wasn't in die. He was in suspended animation. So I love how Clark was like, okay, Deathstroke will give me the tactical qualities I need. First person he thinks of, Deathstroke. Well, after that, he should have thought of Bruce. But, So, but I'll need more than that. I'll need people who have the wisdom to lead, is the wisdom to know when to follow. And then we got Diane over here. Superman, what brings you to Paradise Island? Good to see you again, Diana. Unfortunately, it's trouble that brings me here. Big trouble. And then, here comes Arthur. I've heard, Superman, Warworld could destroy Atlantis as well as your surface world. Not if we get there first. That's why I need you two. You're natural leaders. If I can think of anybody I'd rather have at my side. Although I abhor combat. I'm really bad at that one. Okay, so okay, sucker. Let us carry the bottle to the wing. Gaia Whalen. I think they spelt it wrong. One will succeed in averting disasters. But we can't do it alone. Warworld is incredibly powerful. Almost limitless in its destructive force. We need everybody. Then let's go get them. Once a little luck and once word gets out, you know, Captain Marvel, like, dude, I love it. I love these Captain Marvel. I love Captain Marvel, man. And I hated it where they called him Shazam, and I might have got confused earlier and said that, dude, he's Captain Marvel. Like, he's not Shazam. His word is Shazam, but he's Captain Marvel. So some of us might even come to it. Sure, there's something about this alien war thing. Yeah, it's supposed to really come and trust the Earth. Boom! Listen, it's already started here. Nah, it's only thunder. Because everybody's, you know, they're all used to, you know, like, thunder in the sky. But there isn't a cloud. Where did it come from? I tell you where it came from. Look up in the sky. It's Captain Marvel. That war world sounds pretty darn dangerous. When danger calls, you know the rest. Like, you, dude. Even when he's Captain Marvel, he goes, "Gosh," he goes, "Golly, gosh, guys." Yeah, this is one of the best panels they ever did in this. In Superman, one of the best. That's it. Okay, so look at this. I heard on Wiz Radio that Superman needed and asked. Dude, it's got all my homeboys in here, especially all the '90s ones, like, that were awesome. Let me see if I new. Okay. Oh, just for this one, I'll go out a little bit more so you guys can see it. It has the Justice League International. It has all the guys. It's just like, and this one is just so awesome. Dude, we got the Metal Man. We got Gangbuster. We got my boys, Booster and Beetle, the blue and gold. Okay, we got Destro. We got Fire and Ice. We have all the 90s Justice League right here. The International America, whatever you want to call them, because they had two different names. We got a Green Lantern. We got two Green Lanterns. Like, we had Bertha. We had Mr. Yeah, it's just everybody here. We got people from Apocalypse. Like, we got Starman. We got Valor. They changed his name so many times. I think that's Valor. We got Bruce. We got, I think that's Wally. I'm not sure, because I forget sometimes some things. Yeah, I know, but I still love calling him Captain Marvel, dude. Tommy, dude, it's, like, Captain Marvel. That is Captain Marvel. That's the real Captain Marvel, not that crap they have over at Marvel. So that's the real Captain Marvel right there. Yeah, I know this. Yeah, I don't like calling him Shazam. I like calling him Captain Marvel. But this has got to be one of the best in the '90s. This has to be one of the best, like, panels. There's so in the '90s Superman. There's so many, especially that one where Clark and Doomsday are going up against each other and they hit each other and they go down, and then you see Lois's face. I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably yeah, I know. It's like the characters like Namor was pre-made as Timely Comics. Yeah, I like to go by their real names, and stuff. That's true. And I have the Timely Comics over in I have one of the short. I do have a few short boxes, so, and I have some Timely stuff that are put up. So, yeah, but yeah. When Superman called, whenever I see him, and he's got the mind of Billy still, but Captain Marvel in there, and he's like, gee, holy goly moly. I'm like, gee golly whiz. Because he actually says that. But, yeah. But, dude, Kingdom Come is like, chef's kiss. I love that. Kingdom Come is awesome. But I got to get the one that shows the after, not just because they didn't come out with that extra added on chapter. It wasn't until the trade paperback came out that they had those extra added chapters that Clark got with Diana and they were having a baby and all this other stuff. So and Brivia. So when Superman calls, you just gotta listen. He sounds like he's gonna need all the heroes in the whole world if he's gonna win this fight. This looks like, holy moly, look at them all. Like, so he's up there, dude. This looks like a perfect pose for him. I cannot thank you all enough for coming. We have a crisis here, like the last 5 crises, and you're gonna have a few more, my brother. Parrothead, I vaguely remember Shazam cartoon where there's a person turned Captain Marvel. Yeah, dude, some of the cartoons from I think that was from the 70s. I'm not sure. Because dude, we had the Spider-Man and we had the Spider-Man cartoons on Electric Company. It's Spider-Man and his friends. You had the live-action Captain Marvel, which had most 2 members of the Shazam family, Captain Marvel family. I think it was so see, I'm like, I don't want to be like Mr. Ronaldo. I'm like, I think, because it's been a while since I've seen some of that stuff. So. Yeah, there was so much good stuff. I mean, and that's the whole purpose of this channel, Parrothead, is to just show all the awesome stuff. I may go through some of the cartoons and show them up here. And just go through it like a frame at a time or something to show people. I was thinking about doing that with the Superman cartoons or something. I don't know. I love how they put a crisis here when they already went. This was the first after crisis event of Crisis of Infinity Earths. This was the first big one that they had, and it was in the Superman books. If I remember right. Yeah, they were on Tubi, because I remember this. Tubi is a wonderful place to go see stuff. If you like Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, they're on Tubi. Go watch that. It's awesome. Okay. So, and Super Sentai are the real version that where the Power Rangers came from. So, if it wasn't for Super Sentai, we would have never had Power Rangers. So, it says, we'll need all our collective power if we're going to crush this invasion. Having dealt with Brainiac before, I can vouch for the gravity of the situation. I hear Light Ray and even Orion have fallen before him. And then, dude, here's Ralph. He's like, wow. Dude, Ice is over there crushing on him. That Superman is the most handsome man I've ever seen. And the guys over here like, I say we go kick some big tie butt. And I think this is before Bruce hit him as like right in the kisser and knocked him out. He's like, quiet, Gardner. Yeah. Yeah, you think, yeah. I'm thinking about bringing some of that stuff over here. So, and then we go down. Let me extend the page again. Boop. That's the Guy Gardner we're going to see in the Superman movie right there, I think. It's this one. That's basically the one. It's like the Justice International or whatever. That's the Gardner I think we're going to see. The Guy Gardner. So I'm cautiously excited about that Superman movie. Cautiously excited. So in the past, we dealt with alien invasions after they staged their full-scale attacks. But Brainiac is so lethal that if he brings a juggernaut like Warlord, if he brings a juggernaut like Warlord here, it can mean Earth's certain destruction. We have to take the right to them on our terms, not theirs. Check it out, Marv. Soups isn't whippy as I thought. Gee, Mr. Gardner, I never thought of Superman as a coward. Gangbusters over there. I think we can be more setting up defense on Earth just in case somebody gets caught. Good idea. We're organized around you. The blue and the gold. The best Blue Beetle ever. And Booster Gold, dude. I was kind of pissed when they did what they did. Yeah, and this was after the Justice League disbanded too. Because you say, kind of nice to see everybody again, isn't it, Booster? Yeah, you almost think the JLA never disbanded. Like, that was a bad, just... There were some issues that I had with stuff in the 90s sometimes. Too bad the Martian Manhunter left Earth. We can really use him. Has anybody seen Ogleman? He was supposed to meet us here. His own city, Atlantis, at war down there. Maybe he's in... Yeah, it got really bad. Like, there was a war that was going on in Atlantis at this time. So there was a lot of stuff going on in the other books at that time. And it was just ridiculous what was going on. That big poozer has gone and gotten himself into trouble. You know that's homie right there because he always says poozer. I'm amazed at how pilfered and filthy Metropolis Harbor is. You think these superstars would know better? No, Arthur, because a lot of us are idiots. Some of us aren't. Unfortunately, a problem like pollution seems small when you have somebody like Brainiac. Something's near me. What is that thing? Incredibly strong. Can't break free. I can understand ocean's greatest depth and it's just crushed me. I can't blacken out. Who's this guy anyway? General Patton reincarnated? Back off, Dibney. I'm here to help organize this strike, and I'm used to having my instructions followed. Got that? You do what me or Superman tells you to do. He's like, easy, Deathstroke. We all have to cooperate fully on each other's mission. Without teamwork, we could all end up... Holy moly! That you know that was Cat. Look at that. It's Aquaman. Brainiac's ship has surfaced and recaptured him. Guys like, what the hell are we standing here for, if you ask me? This means war. And so, continued in Chapter 3 of Panic in the Sky. So, let me see. No, I gotta do that. That's for tomorrow. So, I have a copy of it right there. So, thank you guys for all being here. I appreciate you guys. We're kind of keeping to the same time. Sometimes a minute 30. I think this is the longest we've ever gone so far. I just want to say thank you guys to everybody that's been here. That's talked in the chat. Tommy, Parrothead, Low Spec, and others, because I know there's some others in the chat. They're just watching and stuff that I told. They're not like, hey, we'll just, watch in the chat and stuff. So, Tommy, thank you. Hey, Parrothead, you want to put your thing in there, brother? Tommy, thank you. Appreciate you coming over. Seriously, I really appreciate you guys coming over here at night. I know it's late. It's like 1:17. I start streams at like 12, like sometimes 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, my time, because it's like 1:17 here. So I appreciate all you guys coming over. Like, seriously. I'm thankful and humbled that you guys give up your time to come over here and watch my goofiness, you know. So I appreciate you guys. And like Parrothead says, don't forget your towel.